Let me zoom out here. And then I'm going to lock this layer. And then I'm going to click on the text layer. I believe I had said that for the labeling, it should be 20 to 24 point. Let's use 24. That's nice and readable. And so if I click on the text tool and I go to type font, I have a whole lot of choices. Myriad Pro is okay. It's very clean. The other one would be Arial. Some people didn't have that. And the other choice that you could use would be Helvetica. Let's see if it's on my computer here. And it is. So let's say Arial, Helvetica, or Myriad Pro. Let's just stick to those three so we're not all over the place. So once I've clicked on the text, where the text is going to go, it's ready to place it, but I have to select the size. So I'm going to hit 24, and then I'm going to call this, symmetry of culture, and then put my name. And again, now that we want to move this, hit the select tool, and then you can just kind of grab this down like this, and just play around with that, and you might want to put design one, symmetry of culture. Look at the example that I've got online. That's fine. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this. Okay, now we want to do the labeling down here, so we need to go back to the text tool and the type tool, and we're going to start right here. And this one we want to be smaller. Let's make it 18 point. And what you're going to do is you're going to label it. So if it's a rotational, you'd call it rotational. If it's reflectional, you call it reflectional. If it's radial, let's call it which axis it is. So this is my 3-axis radial. And again, I'm just going to move it over like this. That's fine. And then we're going to do our information down here. So again, go to the type tool, and then what we're going to do is we're going to describe an area that the text is going to be in. Let's make this 12 point. And then you would start in with your text, and you'd go, whatever it is. And just keep typing. And what will happen is it'll eventually populate the entire area, and you'll have it within the square. Make sure you use indents for new paragraphs. Don't do it one big block of text. So let's just do one more thing. If you've not highlighted an area, like I did in here, and this is not that easy to read. I probably should have done something a little bit different than that. Let's make it a lighter value. And so let's go ahead and make a new layer. So let's lock these layers, make a new layer, and we'll call it layer 5. And let's call it highlight. And what we'll do is we'll go to the rectangle tool, and then let's make sure just the fill is selected, not the stroke. Select the rectangle tool. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this so we can see this a little bit easier. Select a general area, and it's white. Now go to opacity, and let's bring it down to about 50%, maybe a little bit less than this. Let's go like 40%, and that would be good. Then you can see the area. That's pretty obvious. So if you make it lighter or darker, it doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that in fact we can see that. Okay, so let's say you've got all the text done, you've got everything ready to go. How are we going to save that? Um, so we want to be able to print it, and again, unfortunately for my computer, I can't show you exactly how the print dialog goes, but we want to save it as a PDF for print. So let's go File, Save As, and then select Adobe PDF, and then save it to your desktop, and then just hit Save PDF. Okay, so now you're going to see that on your desktop, and then when you go to print, if you're printing from school, just open it up in preview and then follow all the print instructions. Again, print it out on the color machine. The other thing you could do is you could go to CalCopy, which is across campus, and have them print it out. And now they'll print directly from an Illustrator file. Once you've got that, then you need to prepare it to put it into your Blackboard journal. So that's easy. Just go File, Save for Web. And what it's going to do is it's going to give it a width. And automatically this wants to save it at 794. That's okay. I was just going to change it to 700. That's what I had said in the directions. And then you're going to make sure that it's going to save it as a JPEG. It may come up as a PNG as default. Make sure it's a JPEG and the resolution is high. The quality, 60% is good. JPEG high, so JPEG high, quality 60. All this is fine. You shouldn't have to mess with most of this stuff. The most important thing is saving it at 700 pixels and then hit save. And go ahead and save that on the desktop. Save. So now you've saved it as a JPEG, and then that you can load into our Blackboard. And again, when you place that, place it at 600 pixels wide max. That's going to look a little bit big, but that's going to allow me to read the text when I go ahead and grade it. So two things you want to do. You want to save it as a PDF to print, and you want to save it as a JPEG to put into the journal. And that's that.